We begin in Animal Kingdom, where it has been refurbed city lately with just walls everywhere. One of the things we're here to look at is in Animal Kingdom's Discovery Island on the area opposite Creature Comforts, which itself is turning into a Starbucks. That process has begun. There's a new display there, a new home for some of the animals. And in this case, it is the little monkeys that used to be up at the front in the Tree of Life Gardens. That's behind walls now. Elsewhere, we see that Flame Tree Barbecue is under construction, and next to it is something new. It's called Isle of Java, and it serves coffee, as you can see and imagine. It's a brand new counter service location right next to and attached to the Flame Tree Barbecue area itself. Now, there's been a lot of movement going on out there in the lagoon area in front of the Expedition Everest zone, and you can see that they've got some temporary islands out there. They are building Rivers of Light, a show that will be like World of Color in DCA. We stopped by the Tree of Life to see what it was like without the nets. It turns out that most of the nets have been removed from the queue area and from the area at the exit to the attraction as well. But not all nets are gone. When you're under the tree itself, just before you go into the facility, there are still nets overhead. We haven't paused to show you the 2015 merchandise yet, so here's a quick glance at some of it. You can see that it continues last year's theme of using a Sorcerer Mickey hat as kind of the main organizing principle for the annual merchandise. The Trolley Car Cafe signage is up. Now this is going to be the Starbucks over in DHS. Actually, I think some menus have shown up since this picture was taken, but they've beginning to show the "We're closed" signs outside of the trolley car as well. Now it's located here. This is the former LA Props Cinema Storage facility at the end of Hollywood Boulevard. And there's what the full sign itself looks like as well. Everything looks geared up for a debut anytime soon. Elsewhere in DHS, the Sound Effects Theater has now been converted for an extended preview of Cinderella. Didn't get a chance to see it yet, but I wanted to take a picture of the sign. And the hat is on the way down. Now this was a week ago, actually, that this picture was taken, so even more progress has been done since then. And they've got walls up around the hat, of course, and on the walls they've got some mention of Disney side and this interesting artwork from Star Tours, which is not something you can see anywhere else. And then over on Sunset Boulevard, the little outdoor stand next to the Anaheim Produce stand has always been a merch stand, but now it's being used as a pins stand because they lost the one underneath the hat. It's called, as you can see, Pins and Souvenirs, so they've really just done a quick rename of the location. Over to Epcot, where we are in Canada, and as you can see, the mill stage is behind walls. If we peek over the walls, we will see that this is a pool used for log rolling. This is a lumberjack show, and I haven't had a chance to go see it yet, actually. Over in the Magic Kingdom, there is a poster here for the Wishes Fireworks Spectacular, and at the bottom of the poster it says sponsored by Pandora. So that's new that it has a sponsor and new that it has a sign underneath the railroad in Main Street. We noticed new costumes for the trolley show. This is what they look like. And Splash Mountain is under construction. It's annual refurbishment, so they've got walls set up and lots of queue construction going on. Over in Dumbo's Storybook Circus, we noticed that the carpeting is not only the canvas carpeting that was the case when this facility was brand new. They've got kind of a beige or green nondescript carpet for much of it now, probably because the canvas-looking carpet is very hard to keep clean and to maintain. Now over in the Princess Shop, which is next to the castle, they've long had individual walls for princess merchandise, but they haven't always had individual princess portraits here showing their home, quote-unquote, where they live in New Fantasyland. So this is Cinderella's, and this is Ariel's. So as you can tell, this painting can't have been here for too long because New Fantasyland wasn't done showing Eric's castle until more recently. Even more the case with Belle. You can see in the background of hers that it's meant to be the Walt Disney World version of her village, not the movie version. And with Rapunzel, the tower, of course, is from the movie as well, but we have a version of one of those in New Fantasyland also. And finally, Aurora has her own little area in the shop as well, and she doesn't have a chateau in New Fantasyland. She was meant to have one originally in the original idea for New Fantasyland's expansion, and so perhaps that's what little remnant we're seeing here. Now, across the street, basically, on the other side of the castle is Sir Mickey, and there we will find a Minnie Mouse Disney bounding dressed up as Elsa. And here's a close-up of it. You can see she's wearing the power dress that Elsa wears from the movie. It's a mannequin, of course. The hub construction is continuing. This is that one drain area near Tomorrowland, and you can see that it's getting very close to finished. Lots of little ways, not the landscaping, not all of it. Back into Fantasyland, this is the former Seven Dwarfs Mine, which was a shop next to the Seven Dwarfs Mine train, which is a ride. And they've converted it now just to seating, and that wall in the background is nothing now. It is just a wall instead of being a counter area and a storage area. In Adventureland, Island Supply closed a little while ago. It was a shop that had things like Hawaiian shirts and hats and so forth, and now it is a brand name sunglass hut. And so when you step inside, there are lots of salespeople and lots of sunglasses, of course, and these are high-end products, so something for you to look at the next time you're in, perhaps, if this interests you. One more look at hub construction, and this is obviously looking closer to the castle. They've taken out some of the planters and they're rebuilding things in there. Now over to Downtown Disney, where the parking structure has been open for a little while. I haven't taken you up in there before. I'm pausing at the front where they have this innovative system of showing you how many spots are open on each level. It's a digital readout. The garage itself is labeled the Orange Garage, with the idea being that another garage, when it comes, will have a different name. There's the view from the top of the garage, or almost the top of the garage. You can see there's lots of construction yet to come in the Disney Springs area. Now we've got a new book out. This is one of the reasons we've been so long between updates. This is the Walt Disney World Yearbook 2014. It is several, about dozen pages long, and it's full color. It shows you lots of things, what's inside the park and has changed in the past year. So as an example, when something is added, like the parade, we bring you a photo retrospective, a photo tour of it, really. And then when something goes away, you see these in the colored boxes here, and we give you a photo retrospective of what went away throughout the year. And so that's all organized by month. So as you move around from month to month, you'll also see a little quick summary of what changed in that month as at the bottom or the end of that month's chapter. And then the next month we'll start up and you'll see more pictures from what has happened this year in the park. Obviously, some of the more momentous things included the arrival of Frozen in many parts of the parks and the departure of Maelstrom.